Hi, welcome to the Logic Loop channel, and today we have come up with a classic puzzle, the truth and the lie, using structured logical elimination. Now in this puzzle we have three persons, person A, B and C, and they make their statements. Person A says B is lying, and person B says C is lying, and then person C says A and B are lying. We don't know who's telling the truth, but we need to find out who is the one who's telling the truth. And there's a condition that only one person is telling the truth. So which means that there couldn't be more than one person telling the truth. So let's find out. And we're not gonna find it just by guessing. We will test each possibilities one by one. And then how we're gonna do this is we will assume that each person is telling the truth, and then we will check whether the assumption creates consistency or contradiction. So let's check one by one. Now let's see case number one. Here we are assuming that A is truthful. So if A is truthful, then let's make him as a truth teller. Okay. So here A is the truthful guy. So his statement is B is lying. So when A is truthful, B must be lying. So let's make him also red. Okay. So now we have one truth guy and one a liar. Now what is, let's check with B. Now what is B saying? So B statement is C is lying, but B is a liar. So the statement should be false. So the statement C is lying, if it's false, so then C must be telling the truth. And that's what we're getting over here. Now what's happening over here in this case one is we have got two people or two persons, they are telling the truth. Now what's in the condition? Condition, it says that one person is telling the truth. And here we have got two people telling the truth, so the condition gets violates. So the conclusion would be A is not telling the truth, or he is not a truth teller. And this is a contradiction. So let's mark this case as a contradiction. Okay. Now let's move on to case number two. Now let's see with case number two. Here we are trying to assume that B is truthful. So let's make B a truthful guy. Okay, let me make it green. Now, what is B's statement? B says C is lying. So when B is a truthful guy, C must be lying. So let's make this as red. Now let's see with, let's check with C. C says A and B are lying, and we already know that C is a liar. So that the statement should be false, A and B are lying. And if A and B are lying, the statement, so it means that it's not true that both A and B are lying. And we already know that B is a truth teller. So then this qualifies over here because B is telling the truth, we know that. Now let's check with A. What A says? A is saying B is lying, but we know that B is telling the truth, so A should be lying. So his statement is also getting false over here. So let's make this A also a lie. Now what we have got is we have got two people telling the lie and one is telling the truth. And this situation and this condition, it satisfies with our condition because the condition says that only one person is telling the truth. And here we got this, and here we don't see any kind of contradiction and everything is consistent. So we can conclude that B is the truth teller. So let me put a tick mark over here. So case 2 is qualifying. Now let's check with case 3 then. So now let's test case 3. In case 2, we have already saw that the assumption worked well, but still for the completeness, we have to test case 3. Now in case 3, we had to assume that C is truthful. So let's make C as a truthful guy. Okay. Now the C says A and B are lying. And since C is a truthful guy, we have to say that A and B are lying. So and we have to believe in that. So which means that both A and B are lying. Now let's test with A first. Now A is saying B is lying, but according to C, A is a liar. So then the statement B is lying should be wrong, or it should be false. So when A says B is lying, but since he is a liar, the statement B is lying should be false. So which means that B is telling the truth. Now if you make this B as a truthful guy, now what happens is with the C is already saying that B is lying, because the C statement is A and B are lying. So which means B is a liar. Now here we have got two scenarios. According to A, we can say that B is not a liar, and C says B is a liar. So here we have a contradiction, and here the assumption doesn't work. So then the conclusion would be C is a liar and not a truth teller. So we can, is this what's going to happen? So this is how we have solved these 3 cases. And now let's go back and check what happened before that. Let me make this like this. Okay. Now what we have learned over here, like testing each and every possibilities one by one. So in case 1, we got, when we assume that he is truthful, we found that he is not a truthful guy, because here we got 2% telling the truth. And when we check with the case 2, when B is truthful, we got everything working, because only 1% telling the truth and other 2 we got is wrong. So then this is getting qualified. Now let's see with the C, case 3, and we saw it and we got 2 results over here, because B is getting in according to C, B is a lying, and according to A, it's not lying. So this is how we solve all these puzzles. So let's see the final conclusion. Now we saw all the cases, case 1, 2 and 3. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, let's put it over here. Now we saw that case 1 and case 3 got rejected, but case 2, where B is telling the truth, got satisfied with all the conditions. So then we found that B is the only guy who is telling the truth, and the rest all are lying. This one is C is lying and A is also lying. Now what have we learned over here? Now we saw that we didn't guess it, we tested assumptions, and whenever assumptions led to contradiction, we rejected it, and when we were satisfied with all the conditions without contradiction, we accepted it. And this is what we call as logical reasoning.